You ever watch a video so ridiculous, so chaotic, so animalistic, that your first reaction isn't necessarily shock? It's a deep, tired, what the hell am I even looking at? Because that's what this Chicago footage was. A mother walking home, her son, her little daughter, just trying to get home in one piece. And out of nowhere, a pack of unsupervised, unraised, undisciplined, unparented gremlins jump out like somebody opened a cage at the damn zoo. They didn't approach, they didn't confront, they swarmed. Chimping out. Full National Geographic behavior. All we needed was that slow-talking narrator saying, "And here we observe a pack of juvenile chimpanzees in their natural habitat, attacking the innocent without provocation." Because that's exactly what it looked like. A group of teenagers, no fathers, no structure, no discipline, beating, scratching, punching a grown woman while her son is trying to protect her. Then they beat him too. And her little daughter watching and screaming. And people got the nerve to ask, what causes youth violence? Buckle up, because I'm about to tell you exactly why this happens.
Heartbreaking to see. The 33-year-old mother says she was walking home with her young son when they were attacked by a group of kids. Now, we want to warn you, it is difficult to watch, and we have blurred and frozen the video before things escalate. Chicago police are now investigating after the woman named Corshawnda and her son, 9 years old, were viciously attacked near 106th and Bensley. That's just a couple blocks away from Orville Bright Elementary School, where the boy is a student. It happened yesterday shortly after dismissal. A group of kids approached them and started punching and kicking the victims.
I'm trying to get justice for my son. I'm thankful for everybody that came out here today to support me.
The video is a symptom of something that's been going on for a long time. We haven't held these kids accountable. We haven't held parents accountable for the violent actions that their children are doing and that they're aware of.
That was State Senator Willie Preston, who, along with other community members, rallied outside the school today with the boys' parents to call for justice. Corshawnda says her son has been bullied at Bright and claims the administration isn't doing enough to protect him. We reached out to Chicago Public Schools about the incident, and a spokesperson tells us in part, "We are horrified by the attack on this family, and we are working collaboratively with city departments and agencies to provide support to the victims. CPS is coordinating closely with the mayor's office, CPD, CHA, and other city departments to provide additional support to the family." Now, that mother and son were taken to the hospital last night where they received treatment. For now, reporting live outside of CPD headquarters, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
Is outraged after an attack on a mother and her 2 young children. You can see in this video here where it happened in the South Deering neighborhood. And we are blurring the video because the people involved are all minors. Our Sharday Gray is live outside of the school where this happened. Sharday, we're learning this is not the first time that this specific group of kids attacked someone.
Exactly, Marie. The large group of parents were outside of the school calling for accountability. They say bullying has been a problem at the school, but now it's crossed the line into violence. The mother, who is also the victim, has been at the school all day talking to authorities. Damn! Crack, damn! Disturbing video, all caught on camera. Children dragging a mother and her son to the ground. We've blurred the faces of the people involved because they're minors. Police say the 33-year-old mother and her 9-year-old son were walking near 106 and Bensley in the South Deering neighborhood when the group of kids started chasing after the mother and her children, calling them names and taunting them. Both the mother and son were taken to a hospital. Word of the attack spread quickly on social media, causing outrage among many parents.
I couldn't sleep. I was traumatized. I could not sleep. I couldn't believe it.
Shanice Davis lives in the neighborhood and says she recognizes the attackers.
This is not the first time the kids have done this. You know, just talk around the streets that these kids have pretty much been raising themselves and they have not been held accountable. They have vandalized cars. They have harassed adults and children.
One day after the attack, demonstrators showed up at Orville Bright Elementary School after some posted on social media threatening to harm the children behind the attack. Several police officers showed up blocking the entrance of the school to protect kids inside. Chicago Police District Council member Joseph Williams was also talking with them.
We're going to make sure that this school leadership steps up and that they put a safety plan in place, that they put any plan they need to put in place to make sure that these babies feel secure. Bullying should have a zero tolerance behind it.
We reached out to Chicago Public Schools about this incident and allegations from parents that their children were bullied by the same group of kids. CPS says they're horrified by the attack and they're working closely with the mayor's office, CPD, CHA, and other city departments to provide additional support for the family. Reporting live in South Deering, Sade Gray, CBS News, Chicago.
See, this case right here gave me flashbacks. This reminded me of two things instantly. The mall incident. Some years back, I forgot what state this was. A big white dude being harassed by a mob of black female teens in the mall. Simply because he did nothing but ask them to keep the noise and antics down because they mamas decided to use the mall as a daycare service and dropped the hooligans off and left. Yelling, screaming, cussing and fussing at this white man. Talking smack to this man. They then shoved him from behind. Oh, he snapped. He turned around and slapped the slavery out of that girl DNA. Suddenly, he's a racist. He lost his job, went to jail. Meanwhile, the kids who started it, nothing. Life went on. The second thing this reminds me of, the video that YouTube had me take down. Black teens attacking a pregnant Puerto Rican chick. And they brought kids to the fight at her house. One of them who jumped into the fight on the black girl's behalf was a boy. He tried to kick the Puerto Rican chick, of whom, again, is pregnant. He missed and proceeded to drop kick a 2-year-old little girl square in the face. The little toddler screaming and crying. They didn't stop. They kept fighting. But my video, I still have it, is hidden right here on my channel. But YouTube made me erase it like it never existed. It's too violent. It's too real. Too much accountability. This Chicago attack, same energy, same pathology, same broken community, same fatherless behavior. Let's call it what it is. This is fatherlessness on, on full display. People say I talk too much about the women. Well, here you go. Black men, step up to my soapbox. This is y'all life. A certain group of y'all, at least. Y'all created this mess. You produced this crop of wild, angry, entitled, violent monkeys that nobody controls because you weren't there to control them. If the shoe don't fit, I ain't talking to you. Y'all will impregnate anything with 2 legs and 3 holes, and then vanish before the baby shower cupcakes defrost. Meanwhile, the decent men, the real men, the men like you say online you want to be, are outnumbered 20-1 by dudes who can't raise a fucking houseplant. If you're going to have the children, the least you can do is stick around and be in these children's lives to instill morals and values within them. Help the mother in raising the children in a way to where things like this doesn't happen. Because right now, looking at this story, black men, bro, y'all doing bad. And y'all representing fathers terribly. Y'all making us look horrible. Let's talk about facts. Did you know 85% of youth in prison comes from fatherless homes? 90% of homeless and runaway children are fatherless. 63% of youth suicides come from fatherless homes. Children from single mother homes are 5 times more likely to commit violent crimes. Boys from single mother homes are 10 times more likely to join gangs. Girls from fatherless homes are 7 times more likely to be teenage mothers. In Chicago specifically, over 70% of black children are born to single mothers. So when you see a swarm of kids acting like feral animals, it's not a mystery. It's a very simple math equation. Fatherlessness plus zero discipline plus single mother burnout plus neighborhood culture equals kids chimping out. Period. No division, no algebra, simple addition. These kids didn't just wake up and decide to jump a lady for fun. They were raised to be this way. Their parents missing, MIA, probably at home watching Zeus Network and rolling a blunt the size of a turkey neck. Because you know the mom is gonna get online later crying and carrying on. Oh, they were good kids. They just made a mistake. A mistake? A mistake is forgetting your homework. A mistake is leaving the oven on. Beating a pregnant woman in the street while she's holding her child is not a mistake. That's a moral failure created at home, cultivated by the parents themselves. Let me say this loud, clear, and as blunt as possible. If your children are out here attacking strangers, harassing children, and vandalizing property, you are an unfit parent. You're not struggling. You're not overwhelmed. You're not doing your best. Unfit. Period. And yes, the parents should be charged. If your minor commits a violent crime, charge them too. Oh, they were just messing around. Kids will be kids. Shut up. To hell with each of those future criminals. To hell with each of those future teenage baby mamas. Accountability needs to be had. The boy was being bullied. Bullying happens at school, on school grounds. Following a child, his sister, and his mother down the block to their house is a new level of bullying. They didn't do that when I was a kid. That's stalking. That's gang behavior. That's pack activity. It's premeditated violence. You know what that leads to? School shootings. Yep. Let's be honest. This is how you create a kid who finally snaps, gets tired of being hunted and picked on, and does something horrific. And when it happens, everyone gets shocked. This is how parents like me and parents like you watching this lose their children in school shootings. Because that one kid was bullied and they came to school and said, fuck it. But this, Chicago, was the warning sign. This was preventable. And the community, oh Lord, don't get me started on the community, marching and protests at the school. They actually had men and fathers show up. Community leaders. They came from under the rocks the gangs had them hiding under. A woman in the community said these same kids vandalized cars, harassed other adults, harassed other children, caused chaos every day. So let's break that down. A group of kids terrorized the neighborhood daily, and everyone just minds their business until a mother gets stumped out on camera. Then suddenly the community cares. Okay. So let me get this straight. Now people want arrests. Now people want accountability. Now everyone is outraged. That's that hypocrisy right there. Caring about nothing until it becomes a spectacle. Y'all got these men and women and community leaders to come out and support this lady and her family. Where was all this love before this lady got beat up? Where was all this community before this woman was drop kicked? Where was all this marching before this woman was kicked to sleep? The news report I played for you all, the woman stated that these children has been terrorizing the neighborhood. Why wasn't anyone marching or protesting when the first batch of cars were being vandalized? When the first batch of children were being picked on? When the first batch of adults were being harassed? You can't say you don't know who the children are because the lady on the news knew who the children are. There's posts on social media of people protesting and pulling up outside of the children's homes. So that tells me you had opportunities to stop this before it got to this point. So why march and come together now? That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the hypocrisy I be talking about. See, I only lay out the facts. It's up to you to see it and accept it. And let me give y'all another fact, another cold, hard truth. What if this woman was about that life? What if she would have shot each and every one of them? Oh, y'all ain't ready for that conversation. Put their asses on t-shirts. Then Chicago would have been marching against gun violence, talking about, oh, they were just kids. She didn't have to kill them. She didn't have to shoot them. Yes, the hell she did. Little do you know, she had the right to do so in order to protect her life and her children in that what if scenario. But y'all don't want to talk about that though. Y'all knew who these problematic future criminals were, and y'all did nothing. Y'all waited till cameras were rolling to speak up. Y'all waited to make a spectacle out of this. Niggas in a nutshell. Peep game. These kids aren't anomalies. They aren't random. They aren't just quote unquote bad apples. They're the offspring of a broken culture. A culture where No fathers raise sons. No mothers discipline daughters. Violent behavior is normalized. Respect is dead. Accountability is extinct. Everyone wants clout. Nobody wants responsibility. This is why I blame the parents. This is why I blame the community. This is why I blame you. If you see this behavior and you say nothing, because these kids aren't growing up to be goddamn CEOs. At this rate, they're growing up to be headlines, mug shots, and statistics. And one day, they're going to hurt the wrong person. The wrong mother, the wrong father, the wrong family, and somebody is going to die. All because nobody reined them in at 12, 13, 14 years old when they were already out here acting like Lex Luthor and the Legion of Supervillains. See that bullying foolishness? That needs to stay at school. Yeah, it's wrong. Nobody needs to be bullied. But it stays at school. There's no reason in any stretch of the imagination for them to follow that boy, his little sister, and his mom down the street towards their home or wherever they were walking, and for a fight to break out, leading to them attacking him and his mom. Enough for their asses to get shot. Because I bet if she would have George Zimmerman their asses, turned them little niggas into a hoodie, we'll be having a different conversation. We can't fix Chicago. We can't fix the hood. We can't fix the culture until we fix the homes, until we fix the parents, until we fix the absent fathers, until we fix the single mothers who can't discipline their own damn kids, until we stop protecting bad behavior and start protecting the innocent families who suffer because of it. This mother should have been able to walk home safely. Her son should have been safe. Her daughter should have been safe. That boy should have been able to get an education and not be bullied. But in a community where children raise themselves, nobody is safe. Everyone seems to be fair game. The parents need to be charged in this. All of them. Early, not late. Because if the mom would have aired them out, they'll still be marching. They'll still be protesting. But calling for her to be incarcerated instead. This is black hypocrisy. I'm the Prince of Petty. Save your kids, protect your family. Because if a mob of nigglets following me and my kids and run up on us, I'm knocking all of them out. Better stab me with a few pencils or something. People, use logic. Stand up for what's right. Because I'm laying all their asses down. I'm out.
Bankai.